What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today I have for you the trendiest new mod in the BMW community. These right here, you're looking at magnetic carbon fiber paddle shifters for all F8X and F30s. So now these paddles right here, the main difference why everybody loves them right now. First of all, just look at that size difference. I mean, size does matter. Don't let nobody lie to you. It does matter. Look at this. And look at this flat carbon fiber finish. So the main reason a lot of us are trying this out and switching over is for this very reason right here. See if you can hear that. See if the microphone picks that up. That is a very audible, satisfying magnetic click when you change gears. The stock ones, well, you're not going to hear anything there. You barely hear it now. It's very race car sounding and it makes the world of difference. It's the subtle things. I got these for under $200 and they arrived in less than 2 weeks. Approximately, I think 12 to 13 days for me. So I notice a lot of companies right now, they're selling these for about $400 before shipping and before tax. So you have to add on to that as well. Most likely you're looking at for something, 420, 430, 450. I'm making this video to let you know I got this and it feels sturdy, it feels amazing, solid quality. Like, you can't tell me any difference between this and the ones that all the online retailers are selling. The only difference is those guys put their logo somewhere right here. So the point of me making this video is to let you know that I got these paddle shifters. They also came with the smaller paddles as well. If you're not into that, you can change them out to these shorter extensions instead. Here's the difference. Let me see if I can hold this up for you. You see the size difference? So maybe you're not into these. Maybe you want to go with the smaller ones. Maybe they feel better in your hands. It also comes with the Allen keys and the screws and everything to switch them out. Back to my point. The point of me making this video is to let you know that I got these for under $200. I got them straight off of AliExpress. And I'm convinced that all these companies, they're buying this wholesale and they're marking it up. They're selling these for twice as much as what you could get them directly from the source, because the majority of these things are coming from overseas. So allow me to show you what's so great about these and the fact that you should not be paying more than $200 for them. Stay tuned. The first thing we're going to want to do is to disconnect the negative terminal on the battery, because we do have to take off the airbag. We need a 10 mil. Go ahead and loosen this up. I still have my trophy, my front lip that got destroyed. So check out that video. You'll love to see how that happened. Also, I do have a microfiber towel here where the latch is. You don't want that to close while the battery is disconnected. Otherwise, you can't open it back. So next up, we got to take off this airbag. And if you take a closer look at this, you see all these little scratch marks on this delicate leather. So that's all me right there. Last year, I installed an Alcantara M Performance OEM. Look at this beautiful steering wheel. It feels amazing. And I got it through IND, so they were able to give me a custom red 12 o'clock stripe right there. Yeah, so that's on me. I was taking this airbag off like a caveman, and my hand was slipping, and my nails. Yeah, I did a lot of this damage here. But now I look back and laugh at it. That's my trophy as well. So what I need to do is, through these holes behind the steering wheel, we're going to push right through there. We're going to push the spring in and then pull forward slightly towards one side. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So we're going to push those, release the spring, and then wiggle this airbag out. For this part, I'm using this Allen key I have here off of this set. I just want something to go through this hole here and push the spring in. And I wanted something like with a solid end, not too skinny and pointy. So that way it will get full contact with the spring, push it in, and I can wiggle this forward. Honestly, that took me like less than 30 seconds to just put some pressure on the spring in there with the Allen wrench, and just yank on one side and then release the tension and do the same on the other side and release the tension and take this airbag off. Last year, I really should have made a video installing the steering wheel because it took me so long and it was so nerve-wracking, and I thought I messed up so bad because I kept doing it wrong and sliding off that spring and not getting the airbag out and scratching this up so bad. But you live and you learn. So I'm going to take this airbag off. I have to put this camera down and unplug this. I've gotten my airbag out the way. Next up, we have to release this trim right here. So we're going to take this T20 screw. We're going to undo one screw here, another screw over here, and there's one directly in the back of this, right behind here, that's holding in this trim piece. We're going to need that out the way. So I've already kind of cracked it loose. I've pulled forward here, and now we can just rock it out of place, wiggle it, boom, that's it, OEM. This is really nice. So now on to business. Next up, what we have to do is to undo these screws now. These are holding in the stock paddle shifters here. So let's get to it. So I've loosened everything. The paddle shifters are just like hanging out now. See, they're just hanging here. So what I have to do is unplug them from this blue connector. So we're gonna have to fish this up and unplug it. So I've successfully removed the first OEM paddle here, and now you can see it directly side by side with this magnetic shifter we have now. Look at this difference, night and day. So now here's something I absolutely have to show you. So these magnetic shifters now, at this point where my thumb is, we're gonna line this up behind the wheel. This hole will line up with this hole, and what you need to know is do not, I repeat, do not reuse the OEM right here. Do not reuse this screw. It's threaded. It will destroy this because it's not the same. It's not the same. It goes with the OEM ones here. It works for this OEM, sure. This aftermarket one here, it comes specifically with its own screw, threaded to fit perfectly, and it comes with the Allen key for you to use it and tighten it up. So you have to use this. There's two of them for each side provided, as you can tell. So I had to make note of that. Do not reuse the OEM silver screws. So now I have the left side fully installed. I hand tightened it with the Allen key here. I have all my wires tucked back down into place. So what I ended up having to do, because I was having a lot of trouble unplugging this part, so I didn't even want to bother before I broke it, because knowing my luck in these hands, it wasn't for the best. What I ended up doing was, I saw we had another T20 screw right here, and I just undid it, and because it's hooked, it's part of all this wire, as you see here, it gave me a lot more wiggle room to get this from up underneath all this. So I was able to install the paddles. Now I need to push all this back into place. There are little grooves at the bottom where this hooks right into, where my thumb is. So this will hook right in down there. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that now. Tighten everything back up. So I have everything reconnected. The hardest part was just getting everything back in place, seated properly and out the way. And of course, this didn't want to come out. This part did not want to come out, so I was able to make do and get everything else out the way. And now it's back. So we're good. So let's go ahead, finish up, put the trim back on. So everything's back in place. Once I connect this battery, the horn's gonna work. But so far the steering wheel looks even better with the carbon fiber trim right there. Now I know it's not gloss and doesn't necessarily match my OEM part here, but it does not bother me in the slightest. And it just feels so crisp. The material is very high quality. That's why I don't see the big deal in ordering a pair of these off AliExpress, because the resellers, they're just buying the same thing, only marking it up, and it's the same exact great quality. So let's go ahead and reconnect the battery and make sure everything works. So of course, no install is complete without me feeling like I messed something up, because I put this back together with the airbag and I hit the horn and it was not working. So what I did was I took the airbag back out and then I unplugged it and replugged it back. So let's hope it doesn't blow up in my face and it still works. Yeah, it works. That is loud. So we're gonna be testing out these paddles. Yeah. And I know you can hear those shifts. Those shifts are loud. And I can hear it over my exhaust in sport mode right now. So you know it's loud. So I like how they feel. They're solid. You can hit them from up top, from the bottom, and it's the same response. So whether you're turning the wheel like this, at this angle, or if you're doing some maneuvers and you're trying to hit the paddles, you can clearly tell and get it and not have to worry about, oh, I'm gonna bend the paddle. They're very solid. Like, these things are just, you touch here, the whole thing shifts. The whole paddle comes back and forward. So you don't have to worry if you put all the pressure at the end, it's gonna break it. So I think my only concern right now is getting used to the size of these paddles. But there is definitely that odd chance that I might end up smacking my knuckles, or you never know, you might get a paper cut, but it would not be a fun one. Ooh, that was nice. These are good shifts. I like this. So as I was saying, yeah, my only real concern with this is getting used to it and not smacking my knuckles on it or my fingers, possibly getting a small cut. And if anything, I have the shorter extensions at home, so I could always switch them out. The shorter paddles, which are also less jagged and angular at the end, so it'll be a lot cleaner and safer and, you know, easier to live with if I feel like I don't want to deal with these. But I do really like these though, because it really completes this wheel, like aesthetically, and they're very functional. I like the fact that I can reach it from up top, from the bottom, anywhere. I like this. It's a very nice, easy mod to do, and it's very satisfying. Like, I really like shifting with the paddles here. Obviously, it's not a manual car now. That's where the real fun's at, but, you know, we gotta spice up the DCT here. But anyways, if you made it this far into the video, I want to thank you guys, and I appreciate the support. I'm getting a lot of traction on the channel now. Every day you get another sub. Every day you get more views. I love it. I'm going to continue to make you guys amazing content. I need you to like and subscribe, tell a friend, share the video, leave a comment. But until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.